All right, the goal of this video is to show you how to run a co-ed tournament on track wrestling without creating two events. So we're going to use the Omaha Metro Conference Tournament as an example. I've done pretty much all the setup on this already, but I'm just going to go through and show you the steps. The first thing we want to do, just like you would any other tournament, import your event from the previous year, and that's going to bring in all your boys' teams. Adjust your boys' teams. If you have teams that have left or teams that are joining, go ahead and import them into this event. We don't have anything with rosters or participants yet. Once you get all your boys' teams in, then you're going to go Setup. Click Setup and go to Settings. There's two settings we're going to change in here. The first, this is where you're telling the software where to go to find your teams. And so right here it says High School Boys, Nebraska State Activities Association. You're going to change High School Boys to High School Girls. So anytime you're working with the girls' teams and importing, this is where you need to change it to girls. And if you want to go back and import a boys' team after you've already done the girls, then you need to come back here and change it back to boys. Save tournament info, and then you're going to scroll down. And there's an option to use divisions. And we're going to select yes. All right, so once you've done those two things, we're going to go back to our left menu, and you'll notice now that you have an option for divisions in your left menu. We're going to simply add two divisions, a girls division and a boys division. And this is going to allow you to keep your scoring separate for boys and girls. So your next step is to import your girls' teams. So just like you would with the boys, left menu teams, add team, click on the yellow link for importing teams from a season, and it's going to bring up all the Nebraska girls teams. Okay, so find the team you're looking for. I'm going to add Bellevue East, select the team, and it's going to be added to your event. I've already added all the other girls teams to this event. You will notice that now we have a Bellevue East girls and a Bellevue East. Okay, so we've already adjusted all these team names in OPC so that you have an identifier that separates the girls and the boys. And we've also added a -G at the end of all the abbreviations for the girls' teams. You will want to make sure that you set your mat assignment display to show 6 characters in order to have that G show up on your mat assignment display. All right, so the next step, once you get all your girls' teams in, you're going to go and create your girls' weight classes. So left menu, weight classes. Again, I've already added them here, but you have your typical 14 weight classes, and then you're going to add your 12 girls' weight classes, but you're going to put a G at the front of them. So you just click Add Weight Class, type in G 100. If you have your bracket type ready to go ahead and select your bracket type and click Add. And that's going to put your girls' weight classes in here below the boys. So unfortunately, the software is not designed to be able to separate weight classes by divisions. It only separates teams by divisions. So when your coaches are importing their wrestlers, let's use Bellevue East girls as an example, they're going to have the option to select all 14 of your boys' weights and all 12 of your girls' weights. So you're going to want to communicate with your coaches ahead of time to make sure that they place their girls' teams in the G weight classes and their boys' teams in the typical weight classes. I'm assuming that what the biggest issues we're going to see are probably in these middle weights where we have some duplicates, like 120, 126, for example, are obviously both boys and girls weights. So you're going to want to make sure that you verify those. The easiest way to verify is just to come over here to your teams, click on the team, and just take a look down this list. And you know you're on the Bellevue East girls team make sure they're all G's in this column. And then vice versa, you go to the boys, Bellevue East boys team, make sure that they're all typical weights in this column, no G's. You're going to want to verify all those before you try to assign your teams to a division. So assigning teams to the division, pretty simple. There's two ways you can do it. The first way that's going to save you time is to go left menu divisions. Remember, you now have participants in the tournament, so you're waiting until you have participants in their weight classes. You've verified that all the girls have girls' weights and all the boys have boys' weights. Then you're going to select the boys' division, click Assign Teams. You're going to select the boys' weights only. So click on 106, scroll down to 285, hold your Shift key, and click on 285. That's going to select all the boys' weights. And you click Assign, and it's going to place any team that has boys' weights in it into this division. And just like you did for the boys, you're going to go to the girls, click Assign Teams, scroll down to the G weights, G100, scroll to the bottom to G235, hold your Shift key, select it, click Assign, and it's going to put all your teams that have girls' weights into this division. The second way you can edit divisions is to simply go to your teams list, click on every team, so Bellevue East girls, click Edit Team, and change the division to girls. Okay, this requires you to click on every single team. If you're running a tournament that has 10 teams in it, that's not going to take very long. But if you have 16 or 18 boys teams and 15 girls teams, you're going to be spending quite a while clicking into these, and you can do that, assign those automatically through the weight classes. So I would do it that way. And the last really important thing that you need to know is that when you are finished with wrestling and you go to your matchups, or you go to your teams list, you're going to sign off on these matchups. So you'll notice in here everything's black. All these columns are black because they all match the season team, no problems. If they're showing up red here in this middle, just like any other event that you've run in the past, that means that you're not, the software's saying, well, we think this might be the team, but it's not necessarily. Well, you just have to click Get and make sure you match it to the correct team. Once these are all done, you click to sign off. And then the last step is to go to your participants. Now, this is where, when you go to sign off on your participants under Match to Dual System, you're going to do this twice. You're going to do it once when you have the setting for girls, when you're in the girls season, and then you're going to go set up settings, change back to the boys season, save, left menu, participants, and you're going to match it to the dual system again. So it's going to match the girls and then it's going to match the boys. And you have to make sure you do both boys and girls because it wants to make sure that it's referencing back to the correct season. Hopefully that helps and answers your questions. Good luck. Have a great season.